amazing cocktails. But today, it's time to get schooled. David's back to give us a masterclass on Mexico's favorite spirit, tequila. Last time we met David, he was behind the bar at Hobby's pouring us a delicious avocado cocktail into a bell pepper. Tonight, he's repping Project Mayahuel, an Isla Mujeres Cocktail Collectif, and teaching our small class of lucky students, starting with the basics.
Imagine this is an agave plant, right? If you trim it and you give it a low cut and you pull it out, then you have the actual heart of the agave. If you take this heart and you cook it, it turns the starch, so we're playing with chemicals, right? It turns the starch into sugar. Afterwards, you allow it to ferment and you turn those sugars into alcohol and then you distill it. That's how you produce tequila. Agave tequila, however, has 13 different varieties, but only the blue variety is acceptable to be able to drink or make tequila. It must come from Jalisco or 4 other states in Mexico. The lime and salt was initially used to be able to kind of hide the roughness of the tequila because it wasn't quality tequila, because they weren't using the blue variety.
Back then, it wasn't even called tequila. It was called vino de mezcal, wine of the oven-cooked agave. But when they figured out it was the blue stuff that made the good stuff,
and they said, well, you know what we're producing is much higher quality than what these other guys are doing, right? And covering it up with the lime and the salt. So they said, we are producing a higher quality beverage. Let's name it different because we want to be able to separate ourselves from the rest. And that's how they began pushing and getting the name tequila out there.
and bam, tequila was born. And look, y'all, we're just scratching the surface here. David's tequila knowledge runs deep.
People will attribute distillation to the Spaniards, but it really wasn't theirs to begin with. It was the Arabs. Now, if we, like I was mentioning earlier, look at the archaeological aspect of tequila.
Long story short, now we have 3 main types of tequila. Añejo, which is aged 2 years or more, Blanco, which is not aged at all, and Reposado, which means rested. And that's somewhere in between. We got to try all 3 varieties courtesy of a brand based in Texas, Tequila Sheila.
Having the label 100% made from agave can and is allowed or is permitted to add under 1% of glycerine, of starch, of oak extract, so on and so forth, to heighten, to brighten its color, to be able to elevate the taste, to give it that sweetness, to kind of play with the ultimate and the final product. Tequila Sheila does not do that. Tequila Sheila does not add any sort of preservatives, any sort of fertilizers, any sort of synthetic anything to its agave plant. This is delicious. Smooth, yeah. I think we need more women in the tequila industry. This is totally smooth.
Yep, no salt or lime needed here. But if you wanted to make a cocktail, tequila's good for that too.
All right, so this is the southbound Juarez.
Yes, sir. The Southbound Juarez.
There we go, Juarez. There we go. Okay.
I'm using homemade horchata. I allow it to sit 24 hours, and afterwards, fine cheesecloth. 1.5 ounces of a reposado tequila, cinnamon syrup, which is also homemade, just below a 1/2 ounce. Lime juice, just about a 1/2 ounce to kind of match the cinnamon syrup. To get everything to kind of fuse together. Okay. This is going to give us a creamy texture. It's going to be kind of foamy on top. A cinnamon stick is just fine.
All right. Thank you so much, David.
Very welcome.
We'll taste here.
Apartments. So he has some private apartments within his cottage.
Really?
Oh, man.
For his family.
This is awesome. It's creamy. It's
there's like a tour.
This is great, man.
It's got good texture.
Yeah.
It's all homemade.
Yeah.
Again, y'all, this was literally just a taste of the knowledge David shared with us. Look him and Project Mayahuel up on social media for more of his expertise. And if you ever see Tequila Sheila at the liquor store, pick me up a bottle. Anyway, I've got one more episode from Isla Mujeres coming your way, and it may be last, but certainly not least. So stay tuned.